Hi, this is a 15-minute mobility workout that you can do throughout your pregnancy, especially if your back is feeling particularly stiff. So I'm currently 37 weeks pregnant, and this routine will take your spine through flexion, extension, gentle rotation, and lateral flexion. So let's get to it. So I want you to start in a position that's most comfortable for you. Right now, sitting cross-legged is still really comfy for me, but if it's not, you can have your feet a little bit further away, so you're in a kind of open frog position. You could pad yourself up on a pillow or a yoga block, or you could, in theory, even sit on a Pilates ball, but make sure that you're comfortable. So I'm going to sit cross-legged. Wherever you are, put your hands on your knees, and I just want you to find some length through your spine. So I want you to imagine a piece of thread coming from the top of your head, pulling you gently up towards the ceiling. And then just gently rock forwards, backwards, side to side, until you feel as if you're right above your pelvic floor. So you feel as if you're right over the middle of your pelvis. Now from here, gently press your hands into your knees. I want you to breathe in and grow tall. And as you exhale from the crown of your head, just start to gently flex your spine forwards as if you're reaching down towards the ground, looking down towards your belly button, and hold it here. Now when you're ready, I want you to slowly rebuild from the base of your spine back up until you find that neutral position you started with. Now from here, gently press your hands into your knees and start to look up towards the ceiling. Now we're not going for a back bend here, we're thinking more about opening up through the collarbone. And then slowly from the crown of your head, restack back to neutral. So we're going to breathe in, and as you exhale again, I want you to flex forwards, fold over, look down towards your belly button. Inhale to stay here, and then exhale to restack yourself back to neutral. Inhale to prepare, and exhale, press into your hands, start to look up towards the ceiling. Inhale to hold, and exhale to return to neutral. Again, inhale, prepare, exhale to flex over. Inhale to enjoy the stretch here. Exhale to slowly rebuild the spine back up. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to lift and lengthen the chest up towards the ceiling. Inhale to hold. And exhale to release. A couple more like this. So really start to think about the shape that you're creating with your spine. At first we're flexing forwards. Then we're coming back to that nice neutral spine. And then we lift up and out of the waist. Feel the ribcage gently lifting and release back to neutral. One more of these. Flexing over, looking down towards your belly button. You can allow your tummy just to relax here. Rebuild yourself up. Feel as if you're tall. And then again, gently press into the hands to really help widen the collarbone. And then gently release back to neutral. Now again, find a position that's comfortable for you. I'm going to stay here, but I am going to swap my legs over so they cross the other way, because I don't want to end up having one leg that's always in front. Now make sure you've got a bit of space both sides of you, so I'm going to have to shimmy slightly because of the wall. You're going to sit up nice and tall again. Think about that long, nice, neutral spine. Lift the arms up to shoulder height and just take a moment to relax your shoulders back and down. Most of us, especially when we're tense, start to lift the shoulder girdle up, but I want you to keep it nice and heavy and low. Now from here, as you inhale, you're going to bend your right elbow, and you're just going to gently rotate to the right so you're facing towards it. Now we don't want to rotate too far, it's just a gentle twist. Now I extend that right arm, and I gently pull it back so I feel a lovely stretch through my right pec. I still haven't rotated too far. It's not like before we were pregnant when we may have wanted to look at the back of the room. Now I bend the elbow and I slowly come back through to the centre. We're going to keep going on this side. So again, I want you to bend the right elbow and just turn to look towards your right hand. Now extend that right arm. Feel that lovely stretch across the front of your chest. Bend the elbow back in and then release back to the centre, and we're going to keep going. We bend at the elbow. I'm turning probably not more than 90 degrees at all. I stretch the arm out, bend at the elbow, and I come back to the centre. I'm going to inhale to bend, exhale to reach, inhale to bend, and exhale to return. A couple more on this side. Now still think about the piece of thread coming from the top of your head. So I still want you to have that length through the spine, no hunching over. And I want you to really think about this lovely opening up across your chest. When you're pregnant, you tend to find with the growth of your bump and the growth of your boobs, you start to feel quite forward flexing and quite tight through the chest. So I find this a really lovely stretch. I'm going to do one more on this right hand side. You might even start to feel that your right shoulder is aching a little bit, deltoids are working. And then let's do the other side. So we bend the left arm and we extend the elbow. Bend at the elbow, come back through to the centre. Remember, we inhale to rotate, exhale to reach, inhale to bend, and exhale to return. Keep an eye on your right shoulder, so the shoulder that you're not using, or the arm that you're not using that's staying lifted. Again, that right shoulder might be starting to get a little bit tired, but just watch that the upper traps are not pulling the shoulder up towards the ear. I always say I don't want you to wear your shoulders like earrings, keep them low. Let's do 2 more on this side. It's not about how far you rotate this exercise, it's about really opening that chest. Finish the last one, and then finally you can lower the arms down and just give those shoulders a quick shrug. And I also like to just let my left ear fall to my left shoulder, allow that lovely stretch down the side of your neck, and then take it to the other side, right ear to right shoulder, and again, just allow that shoulder to drop, and then relax. So we're going to come over onto 4-point kneeling now. 4-point kneeling is a great position, especially towards the end of pregnancy, to help get your baby in the right position for labour. So carefully, flip yourself over onto hands and knees, whichever way is most comfortable for you. Now, I want you to think about your hands or your wrists being directly underneath your shoulders, and your knees being directly underneath your hips. So if that means using a mirror just to double check, please do. Pick up your fingers, spread them nice and wide, and then just start to rock your body forwards and backwards until you feel as if the weight is distributed equally between your arms and your legs. You don't want all the weight in the arms because that will start to aggravate your wrists. Take a moment here to find your nice neutral spine. So remember that neutral is not necessarily a flat back. There is a slight arch in the lower back, but we're not allowing the bump to pull us into extension. So there's a gentle activation through pelvic floor and glutes. Now we're going to take our right hand, lift it off the ground and pop it on the floor, palm facing upwards, with the fingers pointing underneath your left arm. Now from here, I just want you to reach that right hand underneath your left arm and slowly rotate to your left. Now I haven't bent my left elbow, and just like the last exercise, I'm not rotating excessively, it's just a gentle twist. Now from here, I bring the arm through, and I start to look to my right, and I salute with this right arm. So my fingers come to my temple, and again, I've got that lovely stretch through my chest. And then I go again, I reach that right arm, underneath my left arm, I gently rotate, and then as I come back through, I start to bring my fingers to my temples and turn to the right. So this is thread the needle. Imagine that you're reaching underneath that left arm, and then gently pulling the elbow back. And again, if you were to look at my spine, you can see I'm not rotating that much. I actually feel this more around the back of my shoulder blades, where I've got that lovely stretch as I twist. And then as I salute, I get that great stretch across my pec. We're going to do 3 more like this. Now, if there were a glass of champagne, if only, resting on your bum, that champagne should not spill. So try and keep your hips nice and still. And we're going to do 1 more. Exhaling as you pull back and salute, and release the hand back to the floor. Now let's do the other side. So left hand on the ground, palm up. I'm going to thread the needle, I'm going to reach underneath my right arm, gently rotate, and again this is where I feel that lovely stretch behind my right shoulder blade. And as I exhale, I come through, I salute, and I rotate to my left. It's not excessive rotation, that's not what we want in pregnancy. We just want to feel that slight movement through the thoracic spine. And exhaling as you pull back through. Just be really mindful of this right elbow. Make sure you're not locking it out or hyperextending. And that you're not sinking into this right arm either. You're really pressing the ground away from you, activating through the pec. Let's do 1 more like this. And exhale to pull back. And release back to neutral. Now this is where you may need to skirt forwards or backwards if you've got any walls in front or behind you for Superman. So 4-point kneeling again. I just want you to take a moment to think about your bump. Okay, so because I'm slightly further along in my pregnancy, my bump is hanging down. and it's quite heavy and the dog is trying to get involved. Over there, go over there. So I'm going to allow my bump to completely relax. And then if you just take a moment to look at my bump, I'm just going to gently draw it up using my transverse abdominals, and then I'm going to let it completely release. Now you need to have a little bit of activation of your pelvic floor, so hopefully you've all been practicing pelvic floor exercises during your pregnancy. So pelvic floor is on, just gently hug your bump up a little bit away from the ground and then let it gently release. Now during this next exercise I want it switched on just a little bit, so it's not the main focus of this exercise, but you might just want to feel like your bump is gently hugged in, so you're activating your core muscles. Now from here, take your right hand and extend it along the floor as far as you can reach. Now do the same with your left leg. Take that along the ground as far as you can reach. Now double check those hips. Again, maybe a gentle drawing in of your abdominals. And from here, as we exhale, we're going to lift the arm and leg up away from the ground and reach long and hold. Now there should be no dipping in your lower back. Keep it nice and neutral. From here, bring the knee towards the chest, bring the hand in and just gently tap them. And then exhale, reach back out into that nice long line. And again, inhale, bring them in to gently touch. And exhale to extend and reach them away. Inhale, they come in. Keep the spine nice and neutral. And exhale to reach. 3 more like this. The challenge here is keeping that back nice and neutral. Gently drawing in your bump. Exhaling as you reach. Let's do 1 more. Exhale. Bring the hand and knee back to the ground and just have a rest. Now I like to just give that left wrist a bit of a rotate just to release it, because you'll probably find that there's a bit of weight going through there. Set yourself back up again, so nice neutral spine, gentle hugging of your bump. And let's go the other way. So left arm reaches out, right leg reaches out. Make sure you're still nice and neutral. We're going to exhale to lift the arm and leg away. Inhale, bring them in to gently touch. And exhale, reach them long. Now just make sure that as you move your limbs, your spine isn't changing shape. This isn't going into cat and cow stretch. You're really thinking about keeping that lovely neutral pelvis. And just double check your right elbow isn't locked out or hyperextended, and you're not sinking into your right shoulder. Let's do 2 more like this. And reach, last one. And relax. Maybe give that right wrist again just a gentle rotate to release any pressure from it. And your last exercise, Mermaid. So again, I would sit in a position that's comfortable for you. I'm going to sit cross-legged. Again, you've got the option of having the legs out in front of you, or you could sit on a ball or pad yourself up. Take your left hand, rest your fingers on the floor. You might have a flat hand, it depends how long your arms are. And then slowly release the right arm by your side. Now as you inhale, reach the right arm up into the air. Just make sure here that you're not popping your ribs, so you're not trying to touch the ceiling, the arm is still in its socket, we're not overreaching. And then from here as you exhale, flex the spine to the left and slowly start to bend over. Now if you look at my knees, my hips are in the same position, that the stretch to the side is in my spine, not from leaning. I'm going to inhale to restack back up, and then exhale, float that right arm down. This time, let's take the left arm up, breathe in to reach up. And now exhale, flex over to the side, and feel that lovely stretch down the side of the rib cage. Inhale to rebuild back up. Exhale to float the arm back down. Right arm, inhale, it reaches up. Exhale, gently fold to the side. We're not forcing anything here. It's nice and relaxed and comfortable. Inhale to rebuild, and exhale, float the arm down. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, flex over to the right. Inhale to restack, and exhale. Let's do 2 more. So it's nice and controlled. You're using your hand on the floor as a little bit of support, so you don't feel like you're going too far. Ease off if you feel something that you think doesn't feel right. Last one. Flexing over to the right. Restack back up and lower the arm back down. And you are done. Hopefully you feel more mobile and more flexible, and aim to do that whenever you're feeling particularly stiff.